my name is Jess and today I'm going to be recommending books to you based on your zodiac sign. Here's the deal, I already filmed this once and it took honestly like more than half an hour, and I was watching it back and I was like, I just said so much unnecessary stuff that I couldn't be bothered to cut down. So today I'm just going to try and do it again but quicker. So that's what we're going to do. I love astrology. I love learning about all the signs. I've been really into it for just over a year now and I follow loads of accounts on Twitter. I'm really into like finding out more than just the basic sun sign, which is sort of the one that everybody knows. I absolutely love learning about it. I find it really interesting and I have seen a few of these videos around on BookTube. I don't know who originally created the idea, so I can't give them credit, but if it was you, props to you, I guess. So I am going to go through each of the basic 12 zodiac signs in order and giving you a recommendation based on your sign, and also kind of explaining why, but trying to keep it quick because the last video was so annoying to edit and I'm not going to do that again. So let's just get right into it. The first sign in the list of the zodiac is Aries. Aries are fire signs. They are super passionate, super sort of cute. They're like puppies in my eyes. They are very fiery, they can have very quick tempers, but they're very quick to get over their temper. They're just very forgiving, very sweet, will fight for you, will die for you, just very passionate and outgoing. The book that I've chosen for Aries is Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. Children of Blood and Bone is a West African inspired fantasy story, and high fantasy kind of gives me Aries vibes because I feel like Aries love action and adventure and they love high stakes and just exciting things. They love being stimulated and having their imaginations run wild. They're like puppies, they're like children, like I said, in my eyes. They're very naive but also so strong-willed, and I feel like Aries people would really love Zélie, who is the protagonist of Children of Blood and Bone. She gives me that really strong Gryffindor vibes. It's that kind of vibe that I get from Aries, you know. The next sign in the zodiac is Taurus. Tauruses are earth signs, which means they're down to earth. They can be very grounded. They aren't away with the fairies. They're very sort of practical. And another thing about Tauruses that always strikes me is that they have this energy about them that's very work hard, rest hard. They love to, you know, work really hard so they can get money, but that's what it's about in the end. It's about getting that money in so you can relax later, and they love to have a very luxurious rest. They love being quite decadent with their rest. They love to they're the people who will have like huge Netflix binges with all this food and get really comfy and have just a great time chilling in their own homes, but they work hard to get to that point. So they're not lazy by any means. Now, the book that I've chosen for Taurus people is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I chose this because Evelyn gives me a lot of Taurus vibes. She's very stubborn, she's very work hard, play hard. She, obviously from the cover you can see how decadent and like beautiful all of her like clothes are. 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo is about this Hollywood starlet from the 50s and 60s called Evelyn Hugo, who had this amazing sort of life that was always in the press, and she had these 7 husbands that nobody really knows what happened with any of them. And it tells the story of when Evelyn's older in the modern day, she asks a particular journalist to write the story of her life to be published as a biography. And we get to see the entirety of her life. And yeah, Evelyn just gives me such strong Taurus vibes. She's so, like I said, strong-willed, but also she manages to remain down to earth and just she loves her luxury. And that's all there really is to it. The next sign is Gemini. Geminis are one of my favourites. They're the first air sign in the group. Geminis are very talkative, very sociable. They love to be sort of around people. They always flitting from thing to thing, very sort of crackhead energy. And I absolutely love Geminis. They're one of my favourite signs. I think they're so funny. And the book that I've chosen for Geminis is The Disasters by M.K. England. Now, The Disasters is one of my favourite books ever. It is a young adult sci-fi novel about these 4 teenagers that are kicked out of Space Station Academy to train to be like space station workers, I guess. And while they're being expelled, they witness a terrorist attack on the academy, and they have to be the ones to try and fix it. And it's very much like Guardians of the Galaxy vibes, the Breakfast Club vibes. It's very queer, it's very fun, it's very silly, but also has that high stakes action that I think Geminis would love because they need that stimulation as well. The next sign in the zodiac is Cancer. Now, Cancers are the first water sign in the group. Cancers are very sensitive, very emotional. They love their comfort, they love their home, they love to make their homes really cozy and sort of make themselves feel comfortable. The book that I've chosen for Cancers is Leah on the Offbeat by Becky Albertalli. This is a young adult contemporary about a young bisexual woman called Leah. It's linked to Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda, which everybody knows from the film Love, Simon. This is about his best friend Leah, who is a bisexual girl and trying to figure out her future, her life, just going about day-to-day life. I'm rereading it, that's why there's tabs on it. But yes, and the reason I chose this for Cancer is kind of, I don't know why, but Leah just gives me such Cancer vibes. I feel like Cancers, especially Cancer women, are always very curvy. They're very sort of like soft, like I don't mean that in like a physical way, like emotional way. They're very soft. Like I said, they're very protective of their loved ones. Leah is super protective of her best friends, and they're just full of love. And also I feel like Cancers would like this book because it's a contemporary, so it's not going to push the boat out on anything. It's not going to be difficult to read at all. It's very comfortable. You're not going to have your heart broken by reading this book. It's just a sort of fun, fluffy read that I think they would like. The next sign on the list is Leos, and Leos are some of my favourite people in the world. A lot of the people in my life are Leos, and I absolutely adore them. Leos are fire signs. They are so... what are they? Extroverted, proud. The symbol for the Leo is the lion, so like I said, they always have nice hair. Leos always have good hair, and yeah, very sort of loud, proud. They take pride in themselves and looking nice, and love to take care of themselves, but they're also really protective, very loyal, and just amazing people. I love Leos. And the book that I've chosen for Leos is American Royals by Catherine McGee. This was a book I read sort of recently, and it's a sort of alternate timeline of the modern day US. It's what the US would look like if, instead of becoming a democracy, George Washington actually became the first king of America, and it then sort of jumps forward to modern day, where we have these modern day royals in America. And it's very glamorous, very lots of drama goes on. I feel like Leos would like this book because of the drama, because of the luxury that the royal family have, and there's a lot of romance that goes on. I feel like they would get swept away with this sort of grandeur that American Royals has. The next sign on the list is Virgo. Virgos are earth signs, so they're again down to earth. Virgos are so practical. They can also be very critical. A lot of people know for some reason that Beyonce's a Virgo. I don't know if that like gives you an indication of what they're like, but she is. So yes, Virgos are again very practical, very down to earth, very detail oriented, very nitpicky, and I just don't think they'd really be interested in a lot of fiction. The book I've chosen for Virgos is Get Your Shit Together by Sarah Knight. This is a self-help book with a hint of humour. It's very, very funny. It's very straightforward. It does not mess around. It's got a lot of swear words in there. It's just very blunt at giving you what you need to get your shit together, and I feel like Virgos would really appreciate that. Even though Virgos do have their shit together, we all need a boost from time to time. We all need a laugh, and I feel like they would really love the sort of vibe that this gives off. The next sign in the list is Libra. Libras are earths. No, they're not. They're air signs. Libras are... How do I describe Libras? The first thing that comes to mind is that Libras love love. They can be very diplomatic. They're very good. Their symbol is the scales. So it's very much like they are good at balancing. They're good at seeing both sides of something and being sort of mediators. They also, yeah, they love love, very romantic. Again, love their luxury, a bit like Tauruses. And the book that I've chosen for Libras is Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. This is a graphic novel that is a contemporary young adult graphic novel about two young boys who fall in love. And that's literally it. I feel like Heartstopper is so cute. It's very romantic. Again, you're not going to get your heart broken by it. It's just so fluffy and sweet, and I feel like Libras would really just appreciate a quick read that is super, super sweet. The next sign in the list is Scorpio. Scorpios have a reputation for being very dark and mysterious and broody and evil and blah, blah, blah. I don't believe that. Scorpios can be quite mysterious. It's mostly private. They are very private creatures. They don't share their stuff with anyone. If they're upset, you won't know about it. They're also very good at picking up on other people's emotions. They're a water sign, so that means that they feel everything. Very emotional. They are probably Slytherins. But again, very protective over the people they love, very loyal. We love a Scorpio. And the book that I've chosen for Scorpios is The Power by Naomi Alderman. This is a dystopian novel about a world where women all over the world gain this power inside them that sort of gives off electric shocks, almost electric currents, and they can use it to hurt people, to kill people, or even to manipulate their bodies in strange ways. And it's about how this power changes the power dynamic of the world, the control and power hierarchies in the entire world, because obviously we know we run in a patriarchy, so this kind of changes everything. And I think Scorpios really love how dark this is, how also political it is, and there's a lot of emotional stuff that goes on. I felt they'd really love to see everybody. There's a lot of different characters that we see, and I feel like they'd really like to see all the different sides of the story and how it affects different people. Next up, we have Sagittarius. Sagittariuses are a fire sign. They are very wise. They are sort of almost less fiery than the rest of the fire signs, but not in a weak way. They are still passionate. They're still extroverted. They love discussion. They love talking and being blunt. They love opinions. They can sometimes be moody. Just kind of the most laid back of the fire signs, but again, still opinionated, very love discussion. They love politics, all that sort of thing. The book that I've chosen for Sagittarius is Scythe by Neil Shusterman. Scythe, and the whole arc of the Scythe series in general, is about a dystopian world where everything in general has been cured. Everything bad about the world has been fixed, including death, illness, old age, anything, poverty. It's all been fixed. And so, because of overpopulation, a group of people are nominated, called the Scythe, to glean some of the population to keep it from overflowing. And it's about a lot more than that. There is some romance in there that I feel like Sagittarius wouldn't really care about, but you never know. There's a lot of politics, and the thing that I get about Sagittarius is that they love talking about politics, they love thinking about politics. They would really enjoy the danger of that series and the high stakes and just the intrigue of it, how the world works, that sort of thing. The next sign in the list is Capricorn. Capricorns are an earth sign. Again, very down to earth, funnily enough. They are very practical. I see Capricorns as sort of the most practical out of all the earth signs. They love sort of manual work. They love, I don't know, I just get this earthy vibe from them. I don't know how to explain it. But Capricorns, very hardworking, very loyal. The book that I've chosen for Capricorns is Things a Bright Girl Can Do by Sally Nichols. This is a historical fiction about the suffragist and suffragette movements in the First World War. It follows three protagonists from each sort of different social class. We've got a person from a working class family, a person from a middle class family, and a person from a very upper class family at this time, and how the suffragette movements affected each of them. And I feel like Capricorns would love Nell, who's the girl from the working class family in this book. She is such Capricorn energy from me. She just takes no shit. She works hard for her family, and it's got this very down-to-earth feeling, this book. It's really just a great look into a piece of our history. Second to last, here we go, is Aquarius. Aquariuses are, in my opinion, the emos of the group. They love to be different, they love to have individuality. They are always that person that if one of your friends is listening to this really random artist and they're like, oh, you haven't heard of them, that's Aquarius. And I mean that in the most loving way possible. They, again, love discussion. They're an air sign, so they're very much, can sometimes feel detached and cold, but it's just because they keep everything inside, and if they love you, then you'll know about it. Aquarius, again, can be quite blunt, individualistic, and like I said, the emos of the group. And the book that I've chosen for Aquarius is The Nowhere Girls by Amy Reed. It is about a group of girls at a certain school that come together to discuss and try to fight against the prevalent rape culture that's within their school and their town. A girl at the school in previous years had been raped, and her rapists went free, and the girl herself had to move to a different town to sort of get away from the trauma. And it's very powerful. It has a really great message, and it has a lot of diverse characters that come together and create something powerful. And I feel like Aquarius people would really enjoy seeing all the different types of people in the book. There's, like I said, there's a lot of diversity in it. We have a really incredible range of characters with diversity in sexuality, ability, race, everything. It's really, really a great book, and I feel like Aquarius people would really enjoy the political aspect, but also the warmth you get from seeing these characters come together and work towards something. And the last sign in the Zodiac. Do you know what it is? Do you know who it is? It's Pisces. And guess what? I'm a Pisces. Water signs, the wisest of the Zodiac. Joking. But emotionally, potentially they are the most wise of the Zodiac. They feel the things that everyone else has felt. We receive all of it. We can sense all of the energy. Very spiritual, very imaginative, dreamy, flaky, just away with the fairies. That's the stereotype, and I'm here to say that it's true. The book that I've chosen for Pisces goes along with the very random fact that I feel like every Pisces I know loves to sleep. We absolutely love to fall asleep. Naps, 10-hour night of sleep, perfect, amazing. So the book that I've chosen is The Dreamers by Karen Thompson Walker. This is a strange one. I don't know many people that have read this, and it's about a town in California that gets quarantined for this spreading virus that puts people to sleep and they can't wake up. They're still alive, their brains are still working, and they're dreaming, but they are asleep and they can't be woken up, and it spreads throughout this whole town, and it's about the people that are asleep and the people that are still awake and what they're trying to do and what it is that's going on. And I feel like Pisces people would really enjoy the writing style of this especially. It's very beautiful, very whimsical. It's really, really stunning prose in itself, so I feel like Pisces people who are quite artsy will really enjoy that. But also the story itself is so interesting. It's just like such a good idea for a story, and I loved reading it. It's also quite short, which is good for our short attention spans. Hopefully that was a quicker version of the video than I already filmed. Thanks so much for watching. If you've reached this far, let me know if you read any of the books that I mentioned, especially the ones for your signs, and if you liked them or anything at all. Let me know if you're into astrology, or if you have a video like this, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear about it. If you like this video, also please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more bookish content from me in the future. Other than that, have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye!